guys, Eve here, and today I am actually coming at you with a collab with one of my favorite small YouTubers. Her name is Lexa VanDamme. She is another cruelty-free beauty YouTuber. She's super sweet. She's one of the sweetest YouTubers that I've talked to, and she was so kind in doing this collaboration with me. I've always wanted to do a collaboration, and she was my first pick, and she said yes. If you guys haven't seen her videos before, she makes amazing tutorials. She does a lot of challenge videos as well, which are hilarious, the fact that she puts herself through those. And on top of all of that, she's super creative and super talented. If you guys haven't checked out her channel already, you definitely should. I'll put it in the eye right up here. I'll also leave a link in the description box down below. Please watch the collab that she posts. The look that she created, I've already seen it. It's amazing. So check her out. So we actually decided to kind of do a look on the same palette. So we both ordered the Element of Surprise palette by ColourPop. So if you want to see how I got this makeup look using the Element of Surprise palette, go ahead and keep on watching. Let's go. Alright guys, so I already did my eyebrows and I primed my eyes and set it with a shade similar to my skin tone. And we're actually going to start off today by using the RC Made No Color powder. And I'm grabbing a dry beauty blender and I'm going to sort of stamp a line at that outer edge going towards my temples. I'm not putting it right exactly to my lash line because we're using it as a guide for a smoky eye, so it doesn't need to be super crisp. And then heading into my Element of Surprise palette by ColourPop, and I'm first picking up the shade Go With The Flow. This is kind of a matte peachy toned shade, and we're using this as my transition shade. So I'm putting it into my crease and blending it up towards my brow bone. We don't really need to build this color up just yet, we're just kind of laying it down there so that the darker colors have a place to go into. And then using a fluffier brush, we're grabbing the shade Sea Stars, which is a matte medium mustard yellow tone, and we're putting that in the crease as well, but a little bit lower. We're not blending it super high up like we did with Go With The Flow. I just want to place it in the crease and a little bit on my outer corner. This will start deepening up the look, and it's also going to give the look a warm tone base. So I'm going back and forth using circular motions and windshield wiper motions, and that's really going to ensure that this is really blended out and smoked out. Now, grabbing a more detailed fluffy brush, I'm picking up the shade Silk Street, and I actually ran into a little bit of trouble with this color. I thought it was going to be a dark plum tone. However, on the eye it translates more as like a medium purpley tone. It was just a lot brighter than I anticipated because I wanted something that was really going to darken up the look. I don't know if it was the way that the color was pressed into the pan or what, but it looks a lot darker in the pan than it does on the eyes. But I'm popping this into the outer corner and a little bit into the crease. And then we're going to do what I call reverse blending, so I'm grabbing the shade Sea Stars again, just going over those edges everywhere that I put the shade Silk Street, just making sure that everything is really blended out and that there aren't any harsh lines. Alright, and then on a pencil brush, I'm grabbing the shade Details. So in the pan, the shade looks like a dark brown with some pinky purpley type glitter, and you can see a little bit of the glitter as I apply it to my eyes. However, as we keep blending this color out, the glitter sort of fades away. So I'm putting this in the outer corner and a little bit into the crease, and this is just going to add a lot of drama to the look, and that's what I was looking for. And to get rid of those harsh lines, once again we're going to do some reverse blending. So I'm grabbing the shade Silk Street, and then Sea Stars, and finally Go With The Flow. Just going over the edges on all of them. This adds back in any colors that we may have blended away, and also creates a very nice gradient. And then it's time to cut the crease. So I'm grabbing my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair on a small concealer brush. And even though it's sped up here, I'm actually going very slow because I want these lines to look crisp and even, and I'm taking it just above the iris of my eye. I think that's what you call it. So basically where the color of your eye ends, that's where you want your cut crease to end. And then I thought I wanted to cover this with Go With The Flow, however I wasn't really feeling that color, so instead I decided to go with Sea Stars. So I'm packing that shade on top of wherever we placed the concealer. I didn't set it with a powder because I wanted the shade to really stand out. And then I'm blending out the edges with a little bit of Silk Street. And then we're grabbing the shade Rayon, and we're going to spritz the color with a little bit of my NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray, just so it sticks to the eye a little bit better. And we're putting that right where the dark colors and the yellow color meet. So pretty much where we blended Silk Street in between Details and Go With The Flow on the lid, we're packing on Rayon right on top. I wanted to give my eye a hint of shimmer because I love the shimmers in this palette. They're all really unique colors, but I didn't want the whole look to be super shimmery, so we're just putting a little bit right there. And then blending out the edges with Silk Street once again. Alright, so I put on the majority of my face, and then we're going to the lower lash line. So I'm grabbing the shade Details, and I'm just putting this on the outer third of my lower lash line. And then grabbing Silk Street, putting that on the inner third of my lower lash line, creating a line towards my nose right underneath my tear duct. I wanted the lower line to be a little bit more graphic, and then grabbing Sea Stars once again, I'm going to blend all of that out just to smoke out the lower lash line. If you've seen my videos before, you know that I really love a good smoked out lower lash line. I just think they're so pretty. And then grabbing an angled brush with the shade Go With The Flow, that peachy color, I'm putting that in that open space between the tear duct and the lower lash line that we drew. And then for my inner corner highlight, I'm grabbing the shade Feels. So this is actually a duochrome highlight. It looks kind of like a white vanilla type color in the pan, maybe even a little bit more champagne, but the reflect of it is a light pink. I don't know if the camera picked it up super well, but in person it's gorgeous. And then I'm grabbing an angle brush to highlight my brow bone as well because I wanted the smallest bit of highlight right there because we did blend up those colors so close to the brow bone. And then blending it out with the other side of my angle brush. And then for the waterline, because I wanted it to be just a little bit darker, I'm grabbing the shade Detail, just popping that right in there. And then to finish up the look, I'm curling my lashes before heading into my Buxom Lash Mascara, coating my lashes with this to prep for my falsies. And then for my inner corners and lower lash line, I'm grabbing my Pixie by Petra Lower Lash Mascara. It's a tiny little brush, it's super cute, super helpful. And then to set my brows, I'm using my favorite Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then for my lips, I'm using the I Love Sarai and ColourPop collab in the shade Mamacita. And finally, I'm grabbing my favorite Ardell Demi Wispy Lashes. Alright guys, so I have my eyelashes on, and this is the finished look. So my overall opinion on this palette, the shimmers are incredible, but they're just very smooth. I will say that this color right here, which is called Feels, which I use on my inner corner highlight, it reminds me a lot of the highlighter shade Pink Heart by Anastasia Beverly Hills from their Moonchild Glow Kit. But this one has a little bit more of a chunky glitter, but all the other shimmers are very smooth and the glitter is very finely milled. The mattes in this palette are absolutely beautiful. They're very pigmented. A little bit powdery, they give a little bit of kickback when you press into the palette. The overall blend is really smooth and they're so soft. Do I think you should get this palette? I do actually. If you want something that's going to transition you from fall to winter, definitely get this palette. Definitely a good selection of duochromes in here. I know those are really trendy right now, and the cranberry shades. We've got a matte one and a shimmery one. So the color story of this palette is very on trend right now, and the shadows are easy to use. Alright, like I said at the beginning of the video, please go ahead and check out Lexa VanDamme's channel and the video that she did for this collab. She did another look using the Element of Surprise palette as well. So go ahead and click that eye in the corner right over here and it'll take you straight to her. If you like this video and you like this collab, give both of our videos thumbs up. Subscribe to Lexa's channel and please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys. If you guys haven't checked it, and on top of, blah, blah, blah. Why is it so hard to speak right now? Don't test the animals.